Hey guys, this is Daniel, the small cap guy. So today I'm going to share with you one small cap company that is in the pregnancy and also the childbirth industry. So this company is Global Cord Blood Corporation. So although the name is it says global, right, but it is actually a Chinese company and it is listed in the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker symbol of CO. So just take note, don't mix up with Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola is KO, so this is CO. So the market cap of this company it is $555 million. So a little bit about the background of this company. So it was founded in 2003 and then it listed in 2009 and it is a Chinese company headquartered in China. So this company is a provider of cord blood banking services. So it basically just does cord blood storage for the expectant parents, and it also actually collects the cord blood from the public by donation. Okay, so just to make sure everyone understands, right? So cord blood, it is actually the blood that is collected during the childbirth, and inside this cord blood, right, it contains certain stem cells that can be used for certain treatments like blood disease, metabolic disorders, and so on. So it can be used for treating many kind of diseases. Now, about the cord blood global market. So just to talk about the annual newborn population. So China, right, it is the second largest annual newborn population in the world. So the first one is India, of course, and second is China. So although China has the second largest population, right, but the thing is, cord blood storage is a relatively new concept in China, and the market penetration rate it is only 1.2%. So it is ridiculously low, and there is so much more room to grow in this area. So even if it grows to 3%, the business can be easily tripled. Yeah, so this is how low it is, the penetration rate. And this the demand for this cord blood, right, will expect to be increased, of course, because of public awareness. The parents nowadays they are more educated, and there is this relaxation of one child policy because China, right, they actually had this one child policy back then, started in 1980s, and it has been eliminated in 2015. Yeah, so now Chinese families they can have more children. So just zoom a bit more into the China market. So in China market, right, the cord blood industry, so far there are only 7 licenses issued in China, and last license granted was in 2015, and it will not issue new license until 2020, so which is next year. And this company, right, GCBC, right, it holds 3 out of 7 licenses. Okay, so it is very huge amount of number here. And in these 3 licenses, right, the company actually owns 44% of the total market share. So three combined is this 44%. And the thing is, the company also have a 24% stake in Qilu. So this company it is another cord blood banking provider in Shandong province. So in this province alone, right, it has 33% of the market share. So in total, right, GCBC they actually controls 77% of the market share. So it is a dominator. Yeah. So just a side note, right? GCBC it has also got 10% equity interest in Cord Life Singapore, which is in the Singapore Stock Exchange. And Cord Life Singapore, right, it not only owns businesses in Singapore, but also in many other countries like Hong Kong, Indonesia, India, Malaysia, and Philippines. So it is actually dominating the whole Southeast Asia. So not just China alone. So it is the whole Southeast Asia. Okay. Okay. Now we come to the operational procedures. So how to actually collect the cord blood and also store the cord blood, right? So at first, right, after the childbirth, the parent will actually contact the operator, and then they will come and collect and deliver the cord blood to the lab and store within 24 hours. So after the cord blood is arrived in the lab, they will do some testing, some processing to actually collect the most important stem cells in the cord blood, and then it will be moved for storage. So in the storage room, right, the stem cells, they will actually be stored in liquid nitrogen, so which is minus 196 degrees Celsius, and they will be stored here for 18 years. Okay, so how does this company make money? So it makes money by subscription fee model. So it is a recurring payment. So at first, right, when the child is born, they will the parents will pay a processing fee plus the annual storage fee. So the processing fee is 9.8k renminbi, and the storage fee for first year is 860. And for the subsequent year, right, they will pay for annual storage fee for another 18 years. So you see how much they will pay. I mean, how much the parent will need to pay to the company, and how much the company will make over the 18 years. So total revenue per subscriber, right, it is about 25k renminbi. All right. So there is another type of payment, which is one-time payment. So for one-time payment, right, it works very similar as an insurance. So for insurance, you also have this regular premium where you pay annually, and you also have this single premium flexibility. You can pay everything in one shot, and you don't need to pay anything further. And the good thing about the single payment is that you will get some discount. So in this case, if you do a one-time payment, the parents will only need to pay 20k instead of 25k. So the company, they actually got all this cash up front, so they can they can use the cash to expand their business, for example. So the money it is very pretty good. Now comes to the management. So the CEO, her name is Ting Zheng. So she joined the company since 2003, and I don't know when did she become the CEO. There's no any mentioning about it. And same goes for the CFO. He joined company in 2005, and CTO also in 2004. So the compensation, right, the salary, right, I think it is normal. And for the share ownership, just to take note that for this company, the management, so means every one of them, they don't own very significant amount of shares. So you can see, right, the percentage of ownership, there's only star means less than 1%. So all of them, they all don't own substantial amount of shares. So majority, they are owned by the institutional shareholders. So to me, right, the management, they are just like employees of the company. So they just work for the sake of working. So they have no interest to actually grow the business or align their interest with the shareholders. So we will see more of this later on. So we quickly move to financials. So for financials, right, first thing we look at is of course the revenue. So revenue, it is increasing very steadily. Now I want you to take take note of this gross margin. So for this gross margin, right, it is consistently at the 80% level. So 80%, it is really a fantastic number. Yeah, because they actually retain most of their profits. Their cost of the raw materials, it is so low that they can keep huge portion of their profits available. Okay, the next thing is net income. So for net income, it is also increasing very steadily. So except for 1 year, right, 2016, right, the net income actually drops by 10% as compared to 2015. So I actually went to check what happened during that year, and very interestingly, because that year, right, 2016, right, it is the ship year in Chinese calendar. It is the ship year in 2016. So a year of ship, right? It is not a good year for Chinese. Very interestingly, because I'm a Chinese, but I am not aware of this. So I think this is a trend in China, but not in Southeast Asia. I assume. Yeah. So for this year, uh, nobody. I mean, less people want to have new child, so that it has impacted their business in 2016. But other than that, right, the revenue start to increase again after 2016. So increase very steadily until now. Earnings per share, it is also increasing very steadily. It is very good, progressing very good. For cash flow, just look at free cash flow. So free cash flow, it is also very steadily increasing. Yeah, so there's nothing bad about this business. Now the net margin, so just now we have looked at the gross margin, right? It is at 80%, which is really, really high. And the net margin, it is at 30%. Whoa, this business is making a lot of money. These are all pure profits, 30%. Now the ROE, for ROE, it is not very high, about 10%. Then the interest coverage, it has no debt currently. It is a dash. Now, I actually found another thing, right, about this company. The current ratio of this company, right, it is at about 9 to 1. So current ratio simply means the current asset divided by the current liabilities. So a typical company, a good company, which will have about 2 to 1 current ratio, about 2. But this company has 9. So I went to check what happened on their assets. So I actually found that in the balance sheet, right, the cash they are holding, it is like 77% of their whole assets. So it is like more than their long-term asset. So I'm wondering why do they hold so much cash, and what they are going to do with the cash available, right? So I actually found my answer in the earnings call transcript. So it is a quarter 2 2020 earnings call transcript. It was written on 27th of November, so not too long ago. And one of the answers the management gave, right, is very vague. So just let me highlight for you. So we are constantly reviewing our capital structure, and we are looking into different ways to deploy our capital, and there are multiple ways to deploy capital. Using the capital for growth, organic growth, or even merger and acquisition, or dividend. So the way the management answers this question is like they are not answering anything. So it is very unclear, very vague. Yeah. So for me, right, so the management, they are not doing their job well, I would say that. Yeah. So So this is one problem I see on this company. Yeah, so other than that, there's not much problem about the financials. So let us just quickly move to valuation. So for valuation, we can look at the current share price of the company. So it is 4.57 USD right now. And you can see, right, the P ratio is actually only 10.2. So 10.2, it is relatively low in today's market, because right now we are keep hitting record highs, and for this company P ratio of 10, it is really low. So we can use the growth method by using the EPS growth to check whether it is overvalued or undervalued. Now for growth, right, we look at the EPS percent, and we can see that for 3 year it was 24%, and 5 year it is 8%. But we know that because for 5 year it includes from 2015 to 2019, and in 2016, right, we have already got an answer why the net income was decreased. So for the 8% calculation, it was inclusive of this 2016. So we need to exclude that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to recalculate again what is the growth rate for 5 years. So instead, I will just use the 3 year average for simplicity. So for 3 year, right, the EPS percent, it is 24%, and the current PE is 10%. So very obviously, this stock, it is undervalued. All right, and just to take note, right, if you want to compute the intrinsic value, you need to actually convert the earnings per share from CNY to USD first before calculating the intrinsic value. All right, so that's all about what I want to share about this company. So if you have any questions, right, just comment below the video, and I will look at them and I will answer them accordingly. So if you like my video, right, please give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So see you guys around.